Hello students, welcome to this session. In our previous sessions, in our lecture 4, we have discussed Fourier transform, Fourier cosine transform and Fourier sine transform. We have derived formula of these three transforms using complex form of Fourier integral and Fourier cosine integral and Fourier sine integral. And we have seen some examples on Fourier transform. In this session, let us see some examples on Fourier cosine transform. So here, first let us see what is Fourier cosine transform. We have already discussed. Let us revise that. Here Fourier cosine integral is fx equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity cos sx integral 0 to infinity f of t cos st dt ds. Using this cosine integral, we have derived Fourier cosine transform. So Fourier cosine transform is fc of s equal to integral 0 to infinity f of t cos st dt. And inverse Fourier cosine transform is fx equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity cos sx into fc of s ds. Now, working method, let us see working method. Here, if the function fx is given and if we want to find Fourier sine transform or Fourier cosine transform, we have to use these formulae. Now, if in any question, if there is any sub question, means to evaluate any integral after finding this Fourier transform, then we have to use inverse Fourier cosine transform or inverse Fourier sine transform according to given question. Now, here I have listed 5 examples on Fourier cosine transform, but here in first 2 examples, we are going to find both Fourier cosine transform as well as Fourier sine transform. Now, let us see these examples one by one. So, first example is find Fourier cosine transform and sine transform. Fourier cosine and sine transforms of fx equal to 1 when 0 is less than or equal to x less than 2 and 0 when x is greater than or equal to 2. Now here we have seen formula of these Fourier cosine and sine transforms. Here we have to apply these two formulae to find Fourier cosine transform as well as Fourier sine transform. Now first let us find Fourier cosine transform. So here in this solution, first let us write given function. So here given function is fx equal to 1 in the interval 0 less than or equal to x less than 2 and value of this function is 0 when x is greater than or equal to 2. Now let us write formula of Fourier cosine transform. Here Fourier cosine transform is fc of s equal to integral 0 to infinity f of t cos st dt. Okay, here function is given in terms of x, so we can modify this function in terms of t. So here f of t equal to 1 when 0 less than or equal to t less than 2, 0 when t is greater than or equal to 2 means we can write this function in terms of t. Now let us use this function here. Here interval 0 to infinity is divided into 2 intervals, that is here 0, 1, 2 so on up to infinity. Here this one 0 to 2, in the interval 0 to 2 value of this function is 1 and in the interval 2 to infinity value of this function is 0. So we can write this integral as here which is equal to integral 0 to 2 f of t cos st dt plus integral 2 to infinity f of t cos st dt. Now in the first interval value of this function is 1. So here fc of s equal to integral 0 to 2 1 into cos st dt plus integral 2 to infinity 0 into cos st dt. When function is 0, then that whole integral becomes 0. So here which is equal to integral 0 to 2 cos st dt. Here integral cos x dx equal to sin x. So if you consider integral cos ax dx, then you get sin ax upon a. We use this formula to integrate cos st. So here you get sin st upon s under the limits 0 to 2. So which is equal to cos of, here if you put t equal to 2 first, so here sin 2s which is equal to sin 2s upon s minus sin 0 upon s. So value of sin 0 is 0. So here we get sin 2s upon s. This is Fourier cosine transform. Now let us see Fourier sine transform for the same function. So here Fourier sine transform is fs of s equal to integral 0 to infinity f of t sin st dt. Now as usual we can divide this interval into two intervals, that is integral 0 to 2 f of t sin st dt plus integral 2 to infinity f of t sin st dt. We have seen value of this function is 1 in the interval 0 to 2 and 0 in the interval 2 to infinity. So here we get integral 0 to 2 1 into sin st dt plus integral 2 to infinity 0 into sin st dt. So here second integral becomes 0. So here we get only first integral 0 to 2 sin st dt. So here integral sin ax dx equal to minus cos ax upon a. So using this formula we can integrate sin st. So minus cos st upon s under the limits 0 to 2. So here independent variable is t. We are integrating with respect to t. That's why the variable except t, the variable here, the variable which is there together with t comes in the denominator. So here st is there, so we should write s in the denominator, not t. We are integrating with respect to t. Now put t equal to 2 upper limit. So cos of 2s upon s, whenever we are applying lower limit, the sign changes. So this becomes plus. So plus cos 0 upon s. So value of cos 0 is 1. So here we get minus cos 2s upon s plus 1 by s. We can take LCM here. So 1 minus cos 2s upon s. Denominator is same. So we can add numerators. So here Fourier sine transform is 1 minus cos 2s upon s. So here Fourier cosine transform is sin 2s upon s and Fourier sine transform is 1 minus cos 2s upon s. 1 minus cos 2s upon s. Now let us see next question. Here next question is, second question is, find Fourier cosine and sine transforms of cosine and sine transforms of the function fx equal to x e power minus ax. So here let us solve this. First let us write given function fx equal to x e power minus ax. If you consider f of t, then f of t equal to t e power minus at. Now let us find Fourier cosine transform. So Fourier cosine transform is cosine transform fc of s equal to integral 0 to infinity f of t cos st dt. Now let us replace this f of t by given function. So integral 0 to infinity t e power minus at cos st dt. Now let us put a equal to s and s equal to lambda. Then this integral becomes fc of s equal to integral 0 to infinity, here t into e power minus st cos lambda t dt. Now if we write this e power minus st outside means within the integrand only. So e power minus st into, if we write t cos lambda t together, this look like Laplace transform, right? So this is formula of Laplace transform. What is that formula of Laplace transform? L of f of t equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. So here our integral look like Laplace transform, basic definition of Laplace transform. So here our integral is fc of s equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus st t cos lambda t dt, right? So which is equal to Laplace transform of here f of t. What is f of t? T cos lambda t. So we can write Laplace transform of t cos lambda t. So here there is one formula, Laplace transform of t into f of t. We have to use this formula, t into f of t equal to minus d by ds of Laplace transform of f of t. Okay, so here this is t, this is f of t again, here this one is t into f of t. Okay, in first step we have considered t cos lambda t together as f of t, but when we apply this formula, we have to consider the function except this t as f of t. Now here which is equal to, so Laplace transform of t into cos lambda t equal to minus d by ds of Laplace transform of cos lambda t, that is minus d by ds of your Laplace transform of cos at equal to s by s square plus a square. Now using this formula, here we get minus d by ds of s by s square plus lambda square. Okay, minus d by ds of s by s square plus lambda square. To differentiate this, we have to apply u by v rule. Derivative of u by v equal to v du minus u dv upon v square. So if you use this formula, here minus of s square plus lambda square, here this one is v, numerator is u. So s square plus lambda square into d by ds of s minus s into d by ds of s square plus lambda square upon s square plus lambda square whole square. That is minus of s square plus lambda square into 1 minus s into 2s, because derivative of s square is 2s, derivative of lambda square is 0 because lambda square is constant, upon s square plus lambda square whole square, which is equal to minus of s square plus lambda square minus 2s square upon s square plus lambda square whole square. Okay, so here fc of s equal to Laplace transform of t cos lambda t, which is equal to, right? So here fc of s equal to Laplace transform of t cos lambda t, which is equal to minus of, here s square minus 2s square gives lambda square minus s square. So here we can write minus of lambda square minus s square upon s square plus lambda square whole square. So when you take this minus sign inside, you get fc of s equal to s square minus lambda square upon s square plus lambda square whole square. So at the beginning we have taken a equal to s, right? So a equal to s and s equal to lambda. So let us change it again. Here put s equal to a, put s equal to a and lambda equal to s. Then fc of s equal to a square minus s square upon a square plus s square whole square. This is Fourier cosine transform. Now let us find Fourier sine transform. So here Fourier sine transform is fs of s equal to integral 0 to infinity f of t sin st dt. So that is integral 0 to infinity t e power minus at sin st dt. That is integral 0 to infinity e power minus at t sin st dt. Again let us put a equal to s and s equal to lambda. Then this fs of s, Fourier sine transform, can be written as integral 0 to infinity e power minus st into t sin lambda t dt. As usual, according to definition of Laplace transform, this can be written as Laplace transform of t into sin lambda t. Again, Laplace transform of t into sin lambda t equal to minus d by ds of Laplace transform of sin lambda t. We have seen these formulae while finding Fourier cosine transform. Here also we have applied same formula of Laplace transform, because Laplace transform of t into f of t equal to minus d by ds of Laplace transform of f of t. Minus d by ds of Laplace transform of f of t. And this is basic definition. L of f of t equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. So according to basic definition, here we have taken Laplace transform of t sin lambda t. Again we have applied this formula, multiplication by t formula. Okay. Now here let us find Laplace transform of sin lambda t. Laplace transform of sin at equal to a by s square plus a square. So here we can write it as minus d by ds of here lambda by s square plus lambda square. Now let us differentiate this. You can use 1 by x, d by dx of 1 by x formula or u by v. So if you apply u by v rule, here s square plus lambda square into d by ds of lambda minus lambda into d by ds of s square plus lambda square upon s square plus lambda square whole square. So here lambda is constant, so we get s square plus lambda square into 0 minus lambda into 2s upon s square plus lambda square whole square, which is equal to minus of minus 2 lambda s upon s square plus lambda square whole square. That is Fourier sine transform is fs of s equal to 2 lambda s upon s square plus lambda square whole square. So let us replace s by a and lambda by s again. Then fs of s, Fourier sine transform, equal to 2as upon s square plus a square, or a square plus s square, because we have taken s equal to a square plus s square whole square. This is Fourier sine transform. In this question, here we have used even formula of Laplace transform to find Fourier sine transform and Fourier cosine transform. Now let us see third question. Find Fourier cosine transform of Fourier cosine transform of for fx equal to x in the interval 0 to 1 and 2 minus x in the interval 1 to 2 and 0 in the interval 2 to infinity. When x is greater than 2, that means 2 to infinity. Now let us write formula of Fourier cosine transform. So here we can write this function again. Let us write this function again. X in the interval 0 to 1, 2 minus x in the interval 1 to 2 and 0 in the interval 2 to infinity. Now let us write formula of Fourier cosine transform. So formula of Fourier cosine transform is fc of s equal to integral 0 to infinity f of t cos st dt, or you can write fc of s equal to integral 0 to infinity f of x cos sx dx. Now here this function is in 3 intervals, so we can write fc of s by dividing this interval 0 to infinity into 3 intervals. So f of x cos sx dx, this can be written as integral 0 to 1 fx cos sx dx plus integral 1 to 2 fx cos sx dx plus integral 2 to infinity fx cos sx dx. So in the first interval, value of this function is x, so x cos sx dx. In the second interval, fx is 2 minus x, so 2 minus x into cos sx dx, plus in the third interval function is 0, so 0 into cos sx dx. So we have to evaluate only first 2 integrals, integral 0 to 1 x cos sx dx plus integral 1 to 2 minus x into cos sx dx. Here we have to apply UV rule. So integral UV equal to UV dash minus U1V double dash plus U2V triple dash minus so on. Here U1, U2, U3 so on are derivatives and V dash, V double dash, V triple dash so on are integrals. Okay, so here we have to consider this x term as u and cos sx as v. Here 2 minus x as u and cos sxv. Here we have to consider the term which is having finite number of derivatives as u and the term which is having infinite number of derivatives. That means if you go on differentiating this cos sx, you will get some function, right? So we consider cos sx as v. Now let us apply this UV rule on both these integrals. So which is equal to, here first one is u equal to x, v equal to cos sx. Here u1 is 1 and v dash is sin sx upon s. Now here first one u v dash, so here x into sin sx upon s minus u1 v double dash. V double dash is minus cos sx upon s square. So here minus cos sx upon s square under the limits 0 to 1 plus, if we apply same formula on second integral, 2 minus x into sin sx upon s minus, here u equal to 2 minus x, u1 equal to minus 1, because derivative of 2 is 0, derivative of minus x is minus 1, and v dash v double dash are same. Now here minus of minus 1 into minus cos sx upon s square under the limits 1 to 2. Now let us simplify this integral. S sin sx upon s plus cos sx upon s square under the limits 0 to 1 plus 2 minus x into sin sx upon s minus cos sx upon s square under the limits 1 to 2. So if we put x equal to 1 first, we get sin s by s plus cos s by s square minus 0 by s minus cos 0 by s square. Now here if you apply limits, 2 minus 2 into sin 2s upon s minus cos 2s upon s square. Whenever you are applying lower limit, signs will change. Now here minus 2 minus 1 into sin s by s plus cos s by s square. Now let us simplify this. Sin s by s plus cos s by s square. Here this term becomes 0. Here minus cos 0. Value of cos 0 is 1. So we get 1 by s square. Here plus 0. 2 minus 2, that is plus 0. This is 0. This term becomes 0. Minus cos 2s upon s square. Here minus 2 minus 1 is 1. So sin s by s plus cos s by s square. So plus sin s by s minus sin s by s will get cancelled. Then we get, here these terms will get cancelled. We get cos 2 into cos s by s square minus cos 2s upon s square minus 1 by s square. So here you can take LCM. If you take LCM, you get 1 by, or you can take 1 by s square outside. So 2 cos s minus cos 2s minus 1. This is Fourier cosine transform of the function fx equal to, here x in the interval 0 to 1 and 2 minus x in the interval 1 to 2 and 0 in the interval 2 to infinity. Now let us see fourth question. Fourth question is, find Fourier cosine transform of, find Fourier cosine transform of fx equal to e power minus ax. Fx equal to e power minus ax. Hence find, hence evaluate integral 0 to infinity cos lambda x upon a square plus cos lambda x upon a square plus x square dx. So here one sub question is also given. So after finding Fourier cosine transform, we have to evaluate this integral using inverse Fourier cosine transform. Now here given function is fx equal to e power minus ax. Fourier cosine transform is fc of s equal to integral 0 to infinity fx cos sx dx. Okay, or f of t, you can consider this function in terms of t also, then you can evaluate this. So if you consider in terms of t, this is f of t cos st dt, let us say. Now here implies f of t equal to e power minus at. So according to this formula, we get integral 0 to infinity. Here replace f of t by e power minus at into cos st dt. To integrate this one, we apply this formula, integral e power ax cos bx dx equal to e power ax upon a square plus b square a cos bx plus b sin bx. We apply this formula to evaluate the integral. Now this gives e power minus at upon a square plus s square. Here minus a cos st plus s sin st under the limits 0 to infinity. Now when you apply upper limit, e power minus infinity is 0. Here e power minus infinity is 0. So we get 0 when you apply upper limit. When you apply lower limit, this becomes e power 0 by a square plus s square minus a cos 0 plus s sin 0. Here sin 0, value of sin 0 is 0, value of cos 0 is 1. So here we get, which is equal to, here e power 0 also 1, e power 0 equal to 1. So we get minus 1 by a square plus s square into minus a, which is equal to a by s square plus a square. So here a by s square plus a square is Fourier cosine transform. So here fc of s equal to a by s square plus a square. Now we have to evaluate the integral. So here to evaluate the integral, integral 0 to infinity cos lambda x by x square plus a square dx, consider inverse Fourier cosine transform. So what is inverse Fourier cosine transform? Let us see. Inverse Fourier cosine transform. So inverse Fourier cosine transform is fx equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity, here cos sx into fc of s ds. Okay, so here fx equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity, fc of s we know this one, so we can write a by s square plus a square into cos sx ds. Right. So here no need to evaluate this integral. If you simplify this integral, we will get this integral. Okay. Just we have to change, we have to transform extra terms to left hand side. Okay. Before that, we assign some value to x to get this integral. So here put x equal to, or before assigning value, let us write fx here. Fx equal to e power minus ax. So e power minus ax equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity a cos sx upon s square plus a square ds. Now put s equal to x and x equal to lambda. Okay. So here we get e power minus a lambda equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity. Here s equal to x and x equal to lambda. So here you get, here a also you can take outside this a, or you can keep it as it is here, a into cos lambda x upon x square plus a square dx. So here if you take this a outside, implies e power minus a lambda equal to e power minus a lambda equal to here 2a by pi integral 0 to infinity cos lambda x upon x square plus a square dx. Now integral 0 to infinity cos lambda x upon x square plus a square dx equal to pi by 2a into e power minus a lambda. This is value of the integral, pi by 2a e power minus lambda. So here to evaluate the integral, we have considered formula of inverse Fourier cosine transform. Then we replaced this fc of s by this particular term a by s square plus a square. Then here we have replaced fx by particular given function e power minus ax, and here we put s equal to x and x equal to lambda. Here you have to choose these variables according to given question. In given question you may find cos lambda x by x square plus a square. That's why we replaced s by lambda and s by x, s by x and x by lambda. Okay, so here then we get integral 0 to infinity cos lambda x upon x square plus lambda square dx equal to pi by 2a e power minus a lambda. Now let us see the next question, fifth question. Find Fourier cosine transform of, find Fourier cosine transform of e power minus x square, cosine transform of e power minus x square. So here given function is e power minus x square fx equal to e power minus x square. Okay, now Fourier cosine transform is fc of s equal to integral 0 to infinity fx cos s x dx. Right, that is integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square into cos s x dx. I equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square cos s x dx. Let us differentiate both sides with respect to s. Then di by ds equal to d by ds of integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square cos s x dx. Now here we can apply differentiation under integral sign. That means here integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square into dou by dou s of cos s x dx. Okay, by Leibniz rule. So which is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square, derivative of cos s x with respect to s is minus sin s x. So here we got integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square. Here derivative of cos ax is minus sin ax into a. So according to this formula we are differentiating with respect to s. That's why here we got minus sin s x into x dx. Now let us multiply and divide by 2. So we get here, let us write sin s x and let us write minus 2x e power minus x square within the bracket dx. Okay, we have multiplied and divided by 2 and we have written this minus sin x and exponential term together. Now this can be written as 1 by 2 integral 0 to infinity sin s x into d by dx of e power minus x square dx. Now let us apply UV rule. So 1 by 2 into here sin sx into integral 0 to infinity d by dx of or integral d by dx of e power minus x square dx, okay, under the limits 0 to infinity, minus integral of integral 0 to infinity d by dx of e power minus x square dx into derivative of sin sx dx. UV rule. What is UV? Integral UV equal to u integral v minus integral of integral v into derivative of u. We have applied this formula. So here we get, which is equal to 1 by 2 into sin sx. Here derivative and integral will get cancelled. We get only e power minus x square. So here into e power minus x square under the limits 0 to infinity minus integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square, derivative of sin is cos sx into s dx. That means here 1 by 2 into, here if you apply upper and lower limits, first term becomes 0 minus, if you take s outside, integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square cos sx dx. Here this is nothing but I. So here on left hand side di by ds, on right hand side here minus s into I. This is nothing but I. We have taken I equal to this integral. Okay. So here di by ds equal to minus of s by 2I. So here di by I equal to minus of s by 2 ds, minus of s by 2 ds. Now integrating on both sides, integral di by I equal to minus 1 by 2 integral s ds. So here log I equal to minus 1 by 2 into s square by 2, minus 1 by 2 into s square by 2 plus log c. Okay, that is log I equal to minus of s square by 4 here plus log c. Now we can write it as log I equal to here log of e power minus s square by 4, here plus is there, plus log c. So log a plus log b equal to log a into b. You can write it as log of c into e power minus s square by 4. So I equal to c into e power minus s square upon 4. Now which is equal to, what is I? I is nothing but integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square cos sx dx. Okay, now put s equal to 0. Put s equal to 0, then we get here c into e power 0 equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square into cos 0 dx. Okay, so which is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square dx, because cos 0 equal to 1. So here integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square into cos 0 dx, which is equal to, value of cos 0 is 1. So integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square dx, which is equal to root pi by 2, because value of this integral is root pi by 2. So here value of c is root pi by 2. Then Fourier cosine transform is nothing but here c into e power minus s square by 4, which is equal to root pi by 2 into e power minus s square upon 4. Now here we got root pi by 2. How? By using definition of gamma function. Here let us see this. Here integral 0 to infinity e power minus x square dx, if we evaluate this, let us assume x square equal to t, then 2x dx is dt, dx equal to, here x equal to square root of t, so dx equal to dt by 2x, that is dt by 2 root t. Okay, if you, when x equal to 0, t equal to 0, when x equal to infinity, t is also infinity. So if you change this integral in terms of t, we get this. Now here 1 by 2 I have taken outside, and here root t means t power 1 by 2. If you write it in numerator, that becomes e power minus t into t power minus 1 by 2 dt. So minus 1 by 2 can be written as 1 by 2 minus 1. Then according to gamma function, gamma n equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus x, x raised to n minus 1 dx. According to this definition, this is nothing but gamma half. Value of gamma 1 by 2 equal to root pi. So here we get 1 by 2 into root pi, that is root pi by 2. Okay, so here according to this value we got Fourier cosine transform equal to root pi by 2 into e power minus s square upon 4. Okay, now let us see examples on Fourier sine transform in our next session. Thank you.